Lawmakers have passed a bill allowing teachers and school staff to carry concealed handguns. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to USA Today, Tennessee House Republicans on Tuesday passed legislation to allow some trained teachers and school staff to carry handguns despite plea from Democrats, students, and gun reform advocates to defeat the bill. Dozens of protesters in the galleries began chanting, "Blood on your hands," as soon as the legislation passed, prompting Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Saxton to order state troopers to clear the galleries. Many protesters continued to chant and stomp down at lawmakers at the House floor. As the House floor fell into chaos over parliamentary issues. The bill could become law within weeks, as Tennessee Governor Bill Lee can either sign it into law or allow it to become law without his signature. Lee has never vetoed a bill. Armed teachers who will be required to undergo training that some opponents have argued is not intensive enough will be allowed to carry handguns in their classrooms and most campus situations without informing parents and most of their colleagues that they're armed. Isn't it ironic, with the presidential election coming up in November? Republicans don't want to pass meaningful legislation that can make a difference in the lives of everyday people. However, they have the time to pass bills that allow teachers to carry guns that are concealed. And you know who are going to be the ones who are going to become the recipients, unfortunately, of teachers firing and killing students? Black students. They will be the ones that teachers will target. Mark my word. It's going to happen, whether you all like it or not. It's a fact. The school district's director of schools, the school principal, and the chief of the appropriate law enforcement agency must sign off on a staff member's authority to carry a concealed handgun. So school administrators could theoretically block any teacher from carrying armed guns on campus. The legislation also requires criminal and mental health background checks. On Tuesday, Republicans rejected several Democratic attempts to amend the bill, including requiring teachers to keep their handguns locked up except during a school security breach, holding teachers civilly liable for using their handgun on campus, and informing parents when guns are on campus. Democrats on Tuesday were broadly critical of the bill, both skeptical it could effectively stop a school shooter and concerned about unintended consequences, such as a teacher leaving a gun unattended for a student to find or the use of increased force during in-school discipline issues. This is nothing but a bad disaster and tragedy waiting to happen if we do not ensure personal responsibility. Tennessee House Democratic Caucus Chair John Ray Clemens said, "Our children's lives are at stake." Republicans in favor of the measures have argued that trained staff can increase school security, particularly in rural areas where lawmakers enforce may be more sparsely staffed with greater response times to far-flung communities. In 2023, the General Assembly funded school resource officer positions at all Tennessee schools with the ability for SROs to go armed. The staffing issues have complicated hiring for those positions. Nearly 600 schools do not have an SRO in place. Tennessee State Representative Ryan Williams said his bill was aimed to protect students and act as a deterrent for potential school security threats. Williams also pointed to a previous 2016 law that allowed some school districts in distressed counties, an economic indicator established by the state, to opt into a teacher handgun carrying program, noting this isn't unprecedented in Tennessee. As a parent of public school kids, my kids are grown now. People ask me all the time, have you done everything you could possibly do to make our schools safe across the state? I believe that this is the method by which we can do that, Williams said. Williams continually pointed out that the bill is permissive, meaning no school would be required to allow guns on campus, though the bill appears to have required administrators to consider every individual who wants to carry rather than issue a blanket school or district policy opting out from the program. If they say, or if they did say that, they would be telling their entire community that the department or the deterrent doesn't exist there, Williams said. Later saying gun-free schools are zones where people know they can go there and take advantage of folks. And in closing, the bill HB, or House Bill, that's what HB stands for, 1202/SB 1321 sparked vocal protest in the Senate earlier this month as parents of school shooting survivors, gun reform advocates, and students have heavily lobbied against the bill. A Covenant school mom delivered a letter to the House on Monday with more than 5,300 signatures asking lawmakers to kill the bill. I'll keep you updated on this story. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.